Paul, you want to dance or? Watch it. Watch it. He's here, guys.
If they could see me now.
Paul Feinbaum filling in for David Lloyd. We may have went a little too far by actually taking David Lloyd's photos out of the open and putting yours in, but he's a good sport. He'll have fun with us. You've done 1 hour so far of hosting and anchoring. How does it feel?
I have had the best hour that I can talk about.
Okay, honestly. It's been good, right? You're doing a good job.
My guy's back in the neighborhood going, we knew him. Now he's with Cari Champion on Sports Center Coast to Coast.
I'm proud of it. It describes our relationship to a T. He took off his glasses. The music is on. We are here together. We're trying to be professional, but we might as well tell everyone. Or we wait. We wait. Who approved this music? I didn't approve this music.
Get up and dance.
No, don't dance. No, don't dance.
This is more my type of dance.
Well, if you want, why not? Do you want to do two-step really quickly?
Tease it for later.
For a little later. Okay, so you guys obviously know that we have a great report, so that's why he's here anchoring, and we wanted to recap for the viewers who haven't followed this chemistry affair, if you will. But we will get to some news that is important. We're going to talk about NFL free agency, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right. We call him Jaws. He's on Coast to Coast right now. We're talking about free agency quarterbacks.
Wait. Should I leave? You guys need a little more intimate time to get.
If you wouldn't mind, just a few minutes.
I love that.
Well, I mean, I'm just a lucky woman. I got Jaws here. I got my man right here. What do I do?
I've never had an introduction like that. It was
very interesting.
The mellow music and a little Lou Rawls there.
Yeah. Well, look, he's a ladies' man. So let's talk about Colin Kaepernick, because from my understanding, obviously one of the biggest headliners in free agency in terms of quarterbacks. Tony Romo off the market. We have been told before that once that domino fell, we'd see how everything else would shake out, specifically with Kaepernick. Do you know where he should be, or because you see him with certain teams right now? You make this list of teams. You say, unfortunately, it's a mistake if teams are going to pass on him because of his political stance. Let's take a look at it bigger picture.
Yeah, I'm an owner. I'm bringing him in. I want to look him in the eye. What are you thinking? Where are you? Where your head's at? Are you going to focus?
It's not a world that we live in where we can't say he can't do both. He can play on the field, and off the field, it'd be off the field. He doesn't. You can do both. You don't have to put yourself in one box and say this is all that I do. If you can focus 100% on the field when you're on the field, why not be able to have your own life outside of the field?
This isn't college football.
In which you think Colin Kaepernick would be a great asset on. I appreciate
And there's more, I think, too. There's where he has a chance to start.
Five is just the start.
I think he has a chance to start with 5 teams. It's like a chance. Now you got to compete, but you got to.
I mean, at that position, of all positions, to turn.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, we are done. We're going to send it over to Tony. A heated debate in his life. Brian Windhorst joins us now.
I just know him, and he was really PO'd. I could just tell.
PO'd is that's the word, right?
Okay, that's
PO'd. Yeah, you're fair. You're fair. I think it was a little more than PO'd.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about what happened last night. So you watched this. I mean, I really was unimaginable as we're looking at the game. What does this tell you about the Cavs as we head into the postseason?
They're fragile year in the league. Sure. That's all sort of typical stuff. And when you are losing, it tends to bubble up a little bit more.
Sure.
If we dropped you into that locker room.
His MO is not like Phil Jackson's MO. He played for Phil Jackson. He won championships with Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson was zen on the sideline, project everything's going to be okay, and then get on the guys in the huddles and in the locker rooms.
Sure. Gives you some inside details that most folks just don't know about. Wendy, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
You know, the best part of that is the roll tide, because I want you to understand.
The best part is watching Myles Garrett watch Phyllis for the first time.
Well, we'll get to that in a moment. Meantime, we got to bring in our girl, Phyllis. So tell me a little bit about Phyllis, Paul. Tell me about your relationship with her, because obviously we heard her. You guys have a very
known her 20 years. She started calling our show. It was contentious for a long time. She got sick, and I went to see her in the hospital, and we fell in love in terms of knowing the kind of person she is. But you do not ever talk ill of her Crimson Tide.
Okay, so Phyllis, thank you so much for joining us here on SportsCenter Coast to Coast. Do you have some advice for me as I try to navigate this show with Paul Feinbaum? All of this, and it just so happens that we have this guy sitting with us, arguably, not even an argument here, projected number one pick in the draft coming up, Myles Garrett. Thank you so much for joining us here on Coast to Coast. Do you know of Phyllis? Have you ever listened to Paul's show?
I've listened to them.
You've been to Cleveland?
No.
Okay. You do know that Johnny went there a couple years ago, and that didn't work out. And they're excited about you coming up there, though. So what would it mean to you? You've already said you want to go to the Browns, to be the first pick. That's one of the great accomplishments of anyone's life.
Yeah.
Outside of being just the greatest, because I've also heard outside of what you want to be on the field, off the field, there are some other things about you that are just interesting. Safe, actually. I think everything will be all right if something bad happened.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for peace, but on the football field, it's just.
But not on the football field.
It's a game, and it's a different story.
It's a different story. Okay, so now we have to test your dinosaur knowledge. My producer came up with this great idea. Heaven forbid that I can pronounce any of these names. But you want to be a paleontologist. You know all about dinosaurs. So you're impressed. I know you are. I know you're impressed.
You won me over.
All right, so
I
you
take
want to
back
find
all
out
those things. That was truly amazing. That was really
amazing. Everything he said, he
amazing.
takes it back. Well done, young lad. Good luck. I know you're not going to be at the draft, but congratulations as you move toward that #1 NFL draft issue of ESPN the magazine on newsstands this weekend, and you can see on the cover the projected #1 pick. I think he worked out a little bit for that. All right, so we're doing our top five memorable interviews based off of the first time that you and I interviewed one another. So I don't know who's going first. I'm assuming it's me.
I think
so.
it is.
Let's go in. Number 5. They really didn't like each other.
Only a narcissist would follow the greatest of all time with themselves.
Uh-oh, cut 2.
This is Nick Saban and yours truly.
David, I hope you're having a wonderful vacation with family and friends. You don't have to pick a winner. You're the winner for calling in on your vacation. I love you, dear.
That's all I have to do?
Yeah, that was it.
I won.
You're on vacay.
I won by not losing.
All right.
You won by not losing.
All right.
Done. 2 hours in the books. Tell us how you feel.
I feel great. We don't have enough time to tell the whole story, but because of a very tough moment for me, we became friends, and it went back to last fall. And it took us through a lot of fun and frivolity, but this has really been one of the coolest things I've ever done.
You are a gracious host and a wonderful man. I hope that everyone can see your spirit. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you to the staff for putting it on. It was a lot of hard work to deal with this guy. I'm a dream. OTL is next.